few years back, I did plant crops using the water that I had, but I realized that I'm doing something that is not working for my climate. If you see this, we are in the solar, like this is too harsh, it's too sunny, and that's why I have this cape, but the climate is too hot and it cannot sustain like crops, and if it does sustain crops, then you need to use a lot of water. So in between, I decided that why am I struggling so much? Because sometimes we venture into opportunities and we think that maybe someone else doing the same. When you, like, if I want to do tomatoes, my cost per a tomato will be too much compared to someone who is maybe along a river, because right where I am right now, there's no river. Let me sit on this, let me stay on this other side so that you can see me. So we don't have rivers, but the climate is very harsh, and we have drilled a borehole. So we are using the borehole to irrigate the crops. So if I do irrigation for 5 acres, maybe for tomatoes, onions and all that, my cost of production would be too high compared to someone who is already in a river, as an example. And therefore I've decided that that's not the venture that I want to do. So I need to look for something that is compatible to my weather climate, and my weather climate is too harsh, and that's why I'm using goats for now, so I can do commercial goats. You see how there's a lot of vegetation and this small, let me show you. Goats feed on shrubs. You see these shrubs? So they feed on small vegetation, not necessarily the grass, but this kind of vegetation. And therefore my weather right now and where I'm located, it's ideal for goats, and that's why I'm doing goats. Then the other thing that I have noticed is we need to do bees, because just look at it. Even listen to the sound. You hear that? Insects. So we are doing what? We want to venture into bees, and let me just show you a crop for goats. This is very good for goats. This kind of vegetation, like the thorny with small, this kind. And that's why the goats are thriving, because they like to feed on such shrubs. And the entire land, which is like 10 acres, is full of such vegetation. If you see at the background, you can see that we've not even cut the trees. So that's the kind of vegetation that is in here. If I go around, you'll see we have grass because we have the cows, and then the entire vegetation is almost tree-like, and I'm going to show you when I go closer to where we want to do our bees. So I decided to do bee farming or beekeeping, and we're going to do it in this thorny, bushy, let me just show you because I know you can see it. See? So right there where we have like a lot of trees, that's where we are going to do our bees. So a space like this, because where I'm standing right now, it's kind of open. It's an open place, and the bees do not need a lot of housing. It only needs a small space. So we are going to construct, and I'm going to show you step by step how we are going to construct the bee house. We can put it here because we're going to roof it, so we don't mind the direct sun and all that, because we're going to kind of roof it. And then we have water, so have like the pond and a place that the bees will be getting their water. I will also have sunflower planted for the bees. I'm going to show you in another video. So I think this is ideal, and I think beekeeping will be ideal for Mbuvi Farm based on the climate that we are in right now. Let me just move along and I show you the kind of trees. Sometimes it's good to just come in here and see. You see this shrub? Like we have the shrubs. This is a very good shrub for goats. It's full of shrubs on the entire place. And then you see how sunny it is. It gets hot, too hot. But yeah, just watch. Let me give you a front view of the bees place. But sometimes I just like to come and in here, and you see, this is like a place where you can just come and relax and sit for the bees. So we'll do a little bit, not a little bit, but we'll do a full-blown beekeeping. I'm starting off with 20 beehives. And you hear that natural sound. There's some insects. I don't know what kind of insect those are. If you know the insects that make that sound, tell me on the comment section, because I also want to know what they are. But yeah, so this will be a 20. We'll do like a construction of a simple housing for bees, and we will start off with 20 beehives. And then we can proceed from there. If one beehive in about 5 months or 6 months can give you about 30 kgs of honey, so we are looking at 20 times 30. That will be like 600 kgs of honey. And the place is very good for bees. I was sitting on one of the trees, and I had like a swarm of bees pass by, and I was very excited, because I know that it will not take me long for me to fill in the bees. So it will be good, and it will be easy. And with beekeeping, why beekeeping? Because it's simple. I don't need to do anything after construction, after putting the beehives, after ensuring that the bees are in there. There's nothing else that is needed. I only need 6 months, and then I come back and get my bees. So if you're doing beekeeping, please encourage me. Tell me if this is ideal. Tell me if I'm not dreaming. Yeah, but yeah, you see the kind of vegetation. So that's the vegetation that I have, and I'm sorry that I didn't carry my tripod. I don't know. I should have left it in the house. So yeah, so this is just me trying to ensure that you see the view. But that's the view, and that's why it's good for goats, because it's really thick, and it's one of just the sections that we have, and it's near the water point, because we have a water point over here, that's the borehole, and we also have a well on the other side. This other side, like there's a well. So the bees will thrive in this session. They will have the trees, the shades of the trees. I could have gone for the single beehives, the one you put under a tree, but I'm not sure about my security, because I've not put like a fence over there, and the farm goes all the way down there until you find, like, that's like my immediate neighbor. So if I put the beehives maybe on a stand, I don't think they'll be safe. I would like them to be in a house kind of, and then maybe I can lock that house, and then we are going to construct the structure together. So whatever I need for the structure, I don't think it's going to be expensive. We only need the poles, and then the roofing, and the wire mesh in between, and maybe a little bit of timber. And I'm sure that we left something when we were doing the goat farm, the goat structure. So it's not going to cost a lot. I'm going to do a video as we construct it, but I expect it to be very cheap, around $50 or thereabout. We should be able to construct that structure. If you're excited about bee farming, please put a comment on the comment section. Let me know if I'm dreaming. Let me know if I'm on the right track. And just to let you know the location, we are at Makindu. This is Makindu, Makueni County. It's very hot, dry. I'm even sweating standing over here. So it's hot, dry, but we are able to get water. When you drill the land, you're able to get water. Thank you so much for being here. And this is just the bee farm, and this is the project that we're going to start, and it's going to start in about in June. In June we should have the structure in place. So July, we welcome the bees. We welcome the bees in July. And if beekeeping is your kind of thing, stay tuned. Let's start this and let's do it together. Thank you so much for joining in, and until next time, bye bye.